Welcome back to the Atlanta Construction Podcast. Excited today to have a special guest, Cong Lin, who is the founder and CEO of Houzzspace. Houzzspace is a building material supplier using China products from China here to the Halifax market. Fairly new. I think, Cong, you've done a few jobs so far. Is that right?
Yeah. So we brought stuff from China here, and we make sure that it's fully certified and can be actually installed here perfectly. Um, yeah, so we do have a few jobs going on the go. There's one house that is being built on the Quimpo, and also the coming QE2 lottery homes potential. I don't know. Should I disclose this?
It's okay. I mean, even if we have to cut it out, we can. If that's
Maybe I
not,
shouldn't go into too details.
yeah. But you did say you had a commercial fit up that.
Yeah, I do have a few jobs going on the go,
Yeah.
and everything probably will be finished in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but before we get too particular and kind of dive into the business model and the products and such, this idea, sourcing from China seems to be something that's happening more and more in recent years. I'm sure that's part and parcel of why you kind of decided to start this
Definitely.
business, and tell us a little bit about that journey, and when did you realize that you could kind of place yourself with a niche and some of the advantages you would have, and kind of how Houzzspace came together.
Yeah, so like probably everybody in the industry who is trying to do estimates or like in big jobs, trying to source their materials, a lot of them probably know Alibaba, and a lot of factories and suppliers in China, they like to use that platform to try to sell their products. But I think I have heard a lot of stories about people buying stuff through Alibaba that the stuff that came here, it doesn't fit,
Mm-hmm.
or it doesn't have certain certificates, or the figures to fit into their projects. So I think an advantage to me is that I have been spent almost 15 years here, and I have involved in the construction business before. I have more understanding than the people who live in China, never come out, never know the standards the people need here, or the building codes. I've studied those, and trying to get everything right, trying to fill in the gap for for some missing products that is hard to find here, and I'm trying to fill in the gap.
So you've been here for 15 years, Kong. What brought you to Halifax? Was it to go to Dalhousie?
Yes, originally studied, yes.
Yeah.
So
Studied
I came
engineering?
here at third year of university. So I basically spent 2 years in China, spent 2 years in Dalhousie here, and it's a program that they have, so I can get both degrees. And I furthered my education in Dalhousie and pursued my master as well. Graduated in 2013
Is that in business or engineering?
in economics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would definitely have, a big advantage. And like you said, you studied the market, the building code for Canada, specifically for these East Coast provinces, and have an understanding of that. So for the advantages of people who say maybe are sourcing from China from other means, in dealing with you, it would be quicker lead times, sure that the materials are tested, they meet the code, North American approved, those kinds of things, where if they hadn't engaged you, they're kind of left on their own to source and not sure what's going to show up or what it might turn out to be.
Definitely that Houzzspace can acting like a source or consulting company. So we do help the big organizations or developers or builders here to source the right products from China. due to the connections that we already have. So Houzzspace, right now I'm the president and CEO. We also have a person who is in China with a huge construction background, who have been, their family has been doing aluminum-related building materials for more than 15 years. And what they do is always aim for high quality and also efficiency. So that way they can make it affordable. So everything is digitally produced. One thing that get me into this business is that 3 years ago, me and him were classmates back in high school, so it's a long history. But when I went back to China 3 years ago, we were in a kind of get-together thing for high school classmates, and then we talked about our lives, and he mentioned that is there any aluminum framed interior doors that is seamless that it's in North America, because that's what they originally doing. So I was like, I cannot think of it. But guess what? I did get a friend who was going to build a luxury house at the south end Halifax there, and took them a long time, and they were struggling to find the right door for the house, but they couldn't find one. In the end, they used something that from industrial part and painted with car, what we used for car paint. But in the end, they're sort of getting this idea of modern looking. However, it's not, perfect, if I say so. But like per door, they probably spent with the hardware in probably roughly $4,000. I was like, wow, I think your product will be awesome here, and just need to have some projects to show your product. And then we talk more and more about it. We found a lot of modern products or materials is hard to find in North America, or you're gonna have to spend a fortune on it. And we starting to dig in and find the rest of the products that could be a potential fit here. Of course, not every single product that was produced in China can be utilized here. Or it wouldn't be a perfect fit. First of all, the drywall thickness will be different between these two countries. In order for their doors to be installed here, you're gonna have to put in certain different hardwares to make the perfect fit.
The door you spoke about, that's just a typical interior man door, 32 to 36 inch, and in lieu of like a pressed steel frame, or in lieu of a wood frame, wood core door? Is that what the client was looking for, something? So you're saying we'll use aluminum.
So yeah, so not just the frame, also the door leaves are aluminum framed. This typical one that we are actually start supplying Home Depot, because that's kind of the product that they don't have, so we can fill in the gap. Since it's aluminum, you can customize it to however big you want, literally. But there's another thing that we found is for these kind of doors, it might be a little bit too pricey for the customer here.
Like a mid-range home builder.
Yeah, so we kind of look into if we can use it as use the wood for the door leaves, so you can decrease our cost. And we did find a engineered hardwood panel to replace the door leaf that can that have a dramatic decrease on the price that we can sell.
Right.
So everything hardware in, we can sell it in an affordable price, much more affordable price.
So we didn't mention your showroom yet, and that's in Burnside. What's the address again, Cong?
It's 35 Mosher Drive.
Okay, so you're set up there with a showroom, and a lot of the products that you sell, you have on display to show the functionality and that sort of thing. I was there. Would you say interior doors are kind of a focus? Because I know in your catalog there's any number of interior and exterior products. But is interior doors like one of your focuses or main focuses?
When we first started, it's starting with the interior doors and the trims and some lighting fixtures. So my website is mainly showing those. However, with the 2 years that we dig in, and we found, we should bring more to make sure the modern style is right here. So now our product is mainly for interior finishes, exterior finishes, a lot of plumbing fixtures, modern ones, and also for some furnitures, of course, light fixtures as well, like tracking lights. You can put in different modules in, and I make sure all the products that I provide are certified in North America.
Yeah. And on the topic of aluminum, like you do provide an aluminum roofing product and siding materials, cladding materials, curtain wall as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like I said, all the exterior finishes, we have different options.
Vinyl windows or aluminum punch windows.
Aluminum windows will be very high grade, AW grade in industry, and it's triple glazed with low E for both glass. So, yeah. For vinyl windows, we are still on the process of getting our product certified. But once it's done, I will let everyone know. And these vinyl windows that we are going to provide is also very high quality, affordable too.
So high quality with affordability is definitely a tagline. I don't want to say mission statement. I don't like that term, but it's so obviously custom homes, custom high-end homes would be a target for, to engage for Houzzspace. What about, I'm thinking like a lot of commercial developers who have, hundreds and thousands of units on the books over the coming years in the HRM area, already sourcing stuff from China, need 1,000 pot lights for this 12-story multi-res building here, and whether it's plumbing fixtures, middle of the road, these are some clients that could benefit from connecting with you and you helping with the logistics and the process of sourcing stuff from China that are high quality but also affordable, and the pricing is right and in the range. For example, pot lights, if they're $18-$20 a pot light for a 4 or 6 inch pot light or something like that, like those are the kind of things that volume wise you can get in there and really help out some of these major developers, I'm guessing.
Definitely. So this will be thanks to the connections that we have in China, and also the understanding of the product and market here. Since we know both sides, so it's easier for us to source those things. Like I said, Houzzspace can be acting as a consulting company as well for big projects to help the other companies to find the right products.
Yeah, and you managing both sides. So here you have the showroom, yourself, you're local, you're present here for, going into offices and boardrooms and, displaying your business and your products and how you can help, and all the advantages like lead times and having all products tested and those kind of things. So there's no issues. Also, what about the other end? Can we talk a little bit about like you mentioned your friend, your high school friend that you grew up with in China who's there. Are a lot of these products coming from the same kind of facility, the same manufacturing plant? Is there various ones that you're kind of plugged into? Maybe talk a little more about that end of things.
Yeah, since our aiming is for modern, quality and affordable stuff, my partner in China.
What's his name, by the way? In case
Lucas.
We have a huge following on the podcast here. In China,
Yeah. So
Lucas?
his name is Lucas Lin. Yeah, and his family has these huge connections with other factories who is producing also similar, high quality, affordable products and we sort of connect everyone together. That's why we can offer mostly all interior and exterior finishes right now.
Okay.
And his enthusiasm in these building materials were like originally from the family, of course, and he has this very high passion on design as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he is not a professional designer. However, he designed his own home, which is it's a big building and very look luxury and very modern and simplistic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we aim for at first. So, like I said, Houzzspace is aiming for, modern, quality,
Mm-hmm.
and affordable.
Yeah, I think it's daunting for some of the local people to think, how we can place orders to source building materials from China. We can have them railed or trucked to a port and shipped in an intermodal shipping container, have them show up here at the pier, packaged and all the way, all that distance for the same or better pricing. It's really something.
Originally, that our thinking was to, if we can get a project detailed design, we can customize the whole material-wise or even furniture for this house and ship in as a container. Have the container sit in the job site and they will have everything they need. With our material, we also provide, the other accessories like nails, gels, whatever is gonna be needed.
Right.
For a particular product.
And any accessories and fasteners and
yeah,
things like that. Yeah, that's important to the contractors too. And so these products will show up right on the job site, right at the address of the construction
that
site.
was our original thought, and if people have the same interest and wanna try this out, we can definitely do that. If people, have different projects on the go and they need a place to have their products sit and come pick it up whenever they need, we do have a warehouse right now that is cooperate with us. We can have the products that is you can place the product there and get whatever they need when they need it.
Wow. Yeah, that's really something.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were in China?
I went back, I think it's in February this year.
Yeah, because your
Yeah.
wife is there, right? With your children?
Yeah.
She's teaching?
Yes,
Yeah.
my wife is teaching in Fuzhou right now
Where
in a
did you grow up?
university.
Where did you grow up?
I was originally from Fujian province.
Okay.
It's a Longyan. It's a small city.
Yeah.
I did like it there and miss my family a lot.
Yeah.
But since I have something here to do and maybe I can make a difference, and I'm thinking that I can focus on my career here.
Yeah, you're in a unique spot because you're passionate about what you're doing. You're also, you're plugged into your roots and your culture, and you're kind of combining both, both things, and and that's got to feel good for you, I assume. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, we want to fill in the gap for the modern materials that is missing in the market here,
Mm-hmm.
which is hard to find. And if you find it, it's very expensive. I'm thinking, why is that? If it's beautiful things, it needs to be, displayed.
Yeah.
And trying to make it real is hard, but also it can be worth it.
Yeah. On that topic of, the two different cultures, how have you found since you've started Houzzspace, tried to engage and get a few projects and supply some building materials and like moving forward the sales process and, there's differences in the culture. I mean, I think HRM, Halifax, especially the East Coast, like it's more and more diverse with multicultural. There's all kinds of different cultures represented here in any business capacity, or Ukrainians and Palestine and China. There's people from all over the world here. But have you found it challenging in sort of kind of just whether it's communication or how people go about sales, just to reach some of the targets in the industry that you want to? Have you found it challenging in a way between the two cultures, China and Canada, China and the East Coast? Have you found that a challenge?
Well, it's definitely not easy at first, but I believe Canada is a multicultural country already.
For sure.
So my English is not perfect, but I try to, just get myself out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked in the bank for 6 years, and worked as mortgage advisor, and then I had my contract. Built a construction company.
So you have experience as a builder as well, then?
Yes. So we did build houses and did some renovation.
Mm-hmm.
So I have knowledge on that as well. That's why I can, understand the building codes. Trying to make the products that can be, accept here.
And what would you say, like, as far as your long-term goal for Houzzspace? What's your goal in the next year or two, and what's your long-term goal for?
So I think for Houzzspace to go onto the market, we do need a show house to show everything that we offer, which is important. And we are on the process building a show house on a lake lot. And it's on high ground. You can also oversee the ocean as well.
Mm-hmm.
So once that is built, we'll be, inviting people in,
Right.
take a look, see if they like it.
That's important too, to have the products there and functional and be tangible for them to lay hands on.
Yeah. So it's visualized, right?
Yeah.
When you can see it,
Yeah, that's right.
the most direct way
Mm-hmm.
to show your product.
Mm-hmm.
And if everything goes well, I'm hoping to distribute my product, to whole North America,
Mm-hmm.
And also have my own distribution company here and warehouses. That's my long-term goal. But right now, I can do, helping the builders and developers to source the right products, and help the custom builders, architects to find the right product if they want,
Mm-hmm.
like, something super modern, ultra modern,
That's also
feeling like that.
Sorry, did I cut you off?
No worries.
On the topic of architects, like, that's got to be a big inroad for you to be in front of architects, and I mean, like it is for any building material supplier, to kind of, get your foot in the door, get in the spec book, and on their radar, so that as they design certain custom homes or certain higher end multi-res units or interior fit ups at office spaces, like large corporate office spaces like law firms and accounting firms and things like that, where they're buying top of the road hardware and doors and finishes, and so those are some of the inroads, I think, too, right, for yourself and for Houzzspace.
Yeah, and it's very hard to just, by words to describe what product that I offer. I would encourage the architects, designers, builders to come to my showroom to take a look what I'm actually offering. When I say modern, clean look, high quality, it's all from my mouth, but you're gonna have to see the real thing.
Yeah,
to show that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and so you mentioned aluminum before. Is there other sort of products and ingredients that you want to touch on, as far as like what's used in the materials that kind of give it an advantage, or that aren't typical for this market?
Well, For the roofing product that I'm providing right now, I think it's more innovative right now for the market here. It's aluminum, but it's double layered. In the middle, you can have spray foam filled in. It helps reduce the sound when it rains.
Right, because that's kind of an issue with metal roofs. Say when it rains, it's kind of a loud, kind of a tinny
Yeah.
sound.
And since it's
That's a word,
aluminum compared to the traditional metal roof, it's not gonna really rust. It lasts much
lifetime
longer.
warranty, basically.
Yeah, more durable. And the way that we, install those roofs, it's very easy. We have the sockets for them to put the nail in, and you can gel it, and then the other part just click on.
And then as far as the price per square foot, when you compare it to other local metal roof suppliers, say, it's
I can
probably a
say
bit lower,
relatively same or
Relatively
lower.
the same or lower.
Could
Yeah.
be. And we have other products like a XPS board. I would like to mention is that it's kind of formed in the middle and has double layered of cement concrete board, all finish on both sides. Make it structural wise very durable, and it's very light too. We can also attach the plywood or OSB board on the back. So the whole thing comes as a finished board. For installers here, they can install the board in and without taking different layers.
It's like
you can
having
put in one layer and it's gone.
Your whole
It's
building
done.
envelope, sheeting and substructure insulation all in one panel, and just
Yes.
saves those layers of labor. And
Save a lot of labor. So for the exterior wall assembly, I think you are looking at 20 to 25% save compared to the traditional way that you do it. Yeah, and time-wise, there's a significant decrease on the time. Just imagine that you have to, do the wall 3 times, have them assembled right,
yeah,
then once.
yeah, yeah. It sounds like a neat product. It's also like products like that when it comes to a lot of local builders. Like it's hard to kind of engage one and to get to try it. I can see the value in it, and obviously the pricing is going to come down to the pricing, the most important part. But once someone tries it and likes it, and then it's word of mouth, and then the floodgates can open, right? The floodgates can open.
I really encourage the builders who more like like new stuff, like new products,
and are willing to try
it out, and I think you won't regret.
Yeah. Any other products that fit the same mold there as this XPS board that you're speaking about? Is there any other products that are kind of cutting edge in that regard, like that you want to mention? I mean, you mentioned the aluminum roof product. That's,
well,
that's
for most of our products, like the windows, it's a big thing, right? It's aluminum, and you can make it big. Say sliding doors, if you want a 10-foot door, no problem.
Right.
Triple glazed, tempered.
And the price isn't going to skyrocket because of that odd.
Well, it won't be as
obviously
expensive
higher,
as
but
you think,
yeah.
but people might think that's a luxury, a very, very high-end product, but it's actually affordable. Yeah, regarding to what it is, and when you see the product. I have a sample in my showroom, and anyone who wants to see it, you're more than welcome to.
Sure. And so if anyone's listening right now, if they're a commercial developer, if they're building multi-res or custom homes and they want to reach out to you, how can they reach you? Do you want to throw out your email?
Of course, if you don't mind, you can put my email.
Yeah,
on
we'll
the
definitely
podcast
tag it
letter.
in the show notes. And
Definitely.
anything else you want to touch on, just on maybe that we haven't covered that you want to kind of get out there to our listeners, whether it's listeners on Spotify or Apple or Google Podcasts, or for the audio version, or people tuning into YouTube or some of our social media channels on LinkedIn? Anything else you want to just throw out there that you'd like to make people aware of on behalf of yourself and Houzzspace? we haven't talked about?
Yeah, I just want to let people know that Houzzspace is on the market right now, and we are responsible, trustworthy people, and we want to build our brand. The stuff that we are bringing in here is definitely innovative, and we are making it all certified and affordable.
Mhm.
So to make your project, more efficient
Mhm.
and in a good way, and bring in this modern, simplistic stuff. And I believe that's a trend as well. A lot of big designers and architects trying to make their projects as clean as possible.
Mhm.
I have seen a lot of designs, for example, like Omar Gandhi, who is a local designer,
Yeah,
architect,
yeah. A
very
lot of
famous.
listeners would know. That.
I saw a lot of their projects. I can see the trend, but I think what the market is missing is the products, and I can find them. If not, I can produce them.
Yeah, that's might be another good thing to mention is that, even if someone is looking for, let's say, high volume for a major, townhome project or something, they've got 50 homes or, you know, your basic design for multi-res, if it's a 100-unit, 8-story building or something in HRM somewhere, even if your goal is not the high quality for the right price and it's more middle of the road or lower end products, Houzzspace can still source that and help with that and do good business with those kind of clients too. It's not your, say, bread and butter, so to speak, but it's still something that you're able to help with. Is that right?
Definitely, we can help. We can definitely help with that, and logistically, if they need help, we can do that as well. We have good connections with C.E.O in China, and they have been always help us to deliver the containers on time. And I didn't think did I mention the lead time here?
I think maybe not.
Yeah. So normally for normal sized or small sized, the lead time from the production to delivered on site will be 8 to 10 weeks. But if it's a relatively bigger volume, it might take longer. But I would definitely let them know first,
Mm-hmm.
see if they can accept.
That's not bad. 8 to 10 weeks. That's gonna perk some ears for sure.
Yeah.
But I want to talk a little bit about, you mentioned brand, and I know that's a big word for you, big theme. Houzzspace is a brand. Talk about that word, what it means to you, because you hear in so many different ways in the business world or in marketing or in whether it comes to the cliche influencers on different platforms and stuff. Everyone's uses that term, building a brand, and people see your brand, they have a certain feel for it because it has a certain aura and a certain reputation and it stands for something, and the psychology behind it and the who you are in the community at large because of your brand. And just maybe talk a little bit about what that word means, because I can tell in previous conversations with you that it means a lot. And that's what you're really building here, right? I mean, you have a service, you have a showroom, you have the brick and mortar, you have the different parts of your business, but you're building a brand, so it's an experience, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, so Houzzs, I think a lot of people know Houzzs, Houzzz, that's a designer website. If you are trying to look for a designer globally, you probably use that site as well. And house also sounds like house, right? House is where every people live in as home. Home is very important for people.
Mm-hmm.
So we want this brand give people an impression like we are a company help you to get a designed house.
For sure. Well, thanks, Cong. We covered a lot of ground. Any final thoughts?
Well, we are new to the market, but we can do a lot. We have experience from China, connections from China. We have knowledge for North America,
Mm-hmm.
for building codes, building materials. I hope I can find someone who is willing to try new products here and start a adventure, or build some new buildings that I would love to see out there that is using our products.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish you all the best of luck. Not that you need that, but certainly, as you would know, the timing seems to be exciting, because the timing for your business model should prove to be good timing. So thanks for doing this and coming on. I know it's
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
yeah, I really appreciate it, and hopefully our listeners enjoyed it as well, and hopefully we can touch base, and after you get a few more under your belt and
Well,
off to the races.
I'm gonna stay here for a while, so anytime.
Thanks, Cong.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem.